So something that I want to show you in regards to emergency preparation is what we call my bug out box. It's something that I keep in our car at all times. That way, if we ever run into an emergency situation, we have readily access to items that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and take you on out to the car and show you where I keep it and bring it back in and show you what all we keep in it. That way you can have a rough idea of what you can have when you go to start your bug out box. Alright? Okay, so here we go. Gonna unlock the car and the Fed. Go Ron Paul. Okay, so I have these recyclable or reusable grocery bags. They're awesome for keeping the gas can, extra oil, and such in here. That way they're not rolling all over the back of the van while we're driving like maniacs here in Ohio. Move those out of the way. And my box here. And we're going to go ahead and take it in. Okay, so here we have the contents of our emergency box out of the van. I've emptied all of the contents and put it up here on our bar. That way I could kind of give you an overview of what all we have here. To start off, go ahead and move this out of the way. We do have a road atlas. You know, one of those things that contains maps to tell you where you're going, unlike the modern day GPS systems. It was free, courtesy of State Farm Insurance. Jennifer Hart Schaefer. We have a Coleman 202-piece first aid kit, and this comes in handy in the event of a car accident or any first aid need that you may have if you were to become stranded. And it consists of a bunch of different stuff: bandages, gauze, tape, latex gloves, and such. We have a backup serpentine belt. We had replaced this when we changed out the alternator as a, I guess you could say, precautionary measure, and decided to keep the old belt, even though there's just a little bit of wear on it. You can kind of see a little bit of cracking there, but it's not broke. And so in the event that the new one breaks, we always have that one to fall back on if we need to change it out. Then we have our toolbox. The toolbox, I got back around here, has some pretty basic tools for doing any type of repairs. You've got some wire strippers, got a hammer. You know, at some point, if you beat on it long enough, it might start running. Got some wrenches, some screwdriver. Got both Phillips and flatheads, and a bunch of different bits for when that changes out, and some socket wrenches. And no, I do not keep this in my car to steal cars. I promise, I don't. Put all that back in there. Okay. Then we have some water. Water is definitely a necessity in the event you do become stranded. You can only survive so long without water. We do keep them in plastic bags that way. For any reason during the winter the water expands, the bottles don't burst and make water go everywhere in my box. But I usually keep about 6. I know I'm down a couple from the last time I had to change my tire. Got that nice black pavement crap all over my hands and decided to take a bottle and wash it off. You may want to change them out every now and again because the van does heat up, or my car heats up during the summer, and all that BPA from those bottles will seep into the water from being heated up. So it is a good idea to change them out and don't drink if you leave them in there for a while, unless you absolutely have to. Okay. Then we got good old flashlight. Always need one of these. That way you can see what you're doing in the dark, or even during the day when the hard to see place is. Definitely helpful. And of course, when you have a flashlight, you're going to need some backup batteries. Got a compass. If you ever go out away from your vehicle searching for assistance, you might need one of these just in case. That way you don't lose your way. Got a couple knives used to, maybe cut off some of this 550 cord or fishing line or electrical or duct tape if you ever need it. And it also comes very handy in the self-defense area as well. Put that aside. And then of course we have a lighter. Got some Sterno cooking fuel. And we have our cookware, camping cookware. That way, if you ever need to heat up a meal or anything of that sort, you have that on hand as well. You don't really feel like eating cold gummy bears in the middle of nowhere. Okay, and then we have our hooded ponchos. Got a couple here, because, you might not be alone. And good for if you have to go out and check on your car if it's pouring raining out, or if you have to go away from your car and don't want to get too wet searching for help. We have an emergency blanket to keep you warm, and then a nice blanket, nice big quilt to keep you warm as well. And we have hand warmers and Strike a Fire fire starters. So these are just a few of the things that I keep in my box. Sometimes I'll keep MREs. That way, I have ready food available. We took them out this past summer. That way they don't go bad from being exposed to the heat in the vehicle. Another option that you may want to try out is freeze-dried food. We were thinking about picking up a couple of those to stick in here in place of those MREs. But like I said, this is just a basic idea of what we keep in our emergency box, and you can change yours around to fit your needs. But there you have it.